What you'll learn. Here's something most men miss: they're too focused on what a woman says, but they overlook the one thing that rarely lies: her eyes. A woman doesn't always tell you what she's feeling with words. In fact, more often than not, she won't. But her eyes, they'll speak volumes long before her lips ever dare. When a woman is sexually attracted to a man, it's not usually loud or obvious. It's not something you'll see splashed across her body language like a neon sign. It's subtler, softer, charged with something you can't quite explain, but you definitely feel. It starts with the way she looks at you. Not a quick glance, not a polite smile, but a gaze. One that lingers, one that almost pulls you in without a single word exchanged. You'll notice she doesn't just make eye contact, she holds it. And not in a stiff or awkward way, but in a way that feels electric, intentional. There's something behind that look, something magnetic. She's not just listening to your words. She's watching you, the curve of your lips as you speak, the way your mouth moves, the shift in your expression when you feel something deeply. You might think it's just curiosity, or attention, or friendliness, but it's more than that. It's desire, it's attraction just beneath the surface. She'll steal glances when she thinks you're not paying attention, and when your eyes meet, she doesn't flinch. She doesn't look away like she got caught. No, she holds your gaze. Maybe she gives a small smile. Maybe she bites her lip. Maybe her expression doesn't change at all, but her energy does. And you'll feel it, because in that moment, she's saying something words never could. Sign number 1. Her eye contact changes the deeper truth. A woman's eyes are the safest way for her to test you, to show interest without putting too much on the line. If you respond with confidence, not arrogance, if you stay grounded, if you stay present, she'll continue. She'll build on that connection. You might notice her pupils dilate, her gaze soften, and no, it's not just biology, it's vulnerability. That eye contact becomes more than just visual. It becomes a silent agreement, a shared space, a flicker of desire passed between you before a single move is ever made. But remember, it's not just about that she looks, it's about how she looks. A woman who's drawn to you will give you a gaze that almost feels like a slow undressing. Not vulgar, not crass, elegant, subtle, but undeniably intimate. She won't scan the room. She won't look distracted. Her eyes stay with you, invite you, and ask, without asking, that you see her in return. And here's the real difference. A woman who's not interested, she'll look through you. But a woman who's imagining something more, she'll look into you. You'll notice her eyes narrow slightly when she smiles. They light up the moment you walk into the room. She may not even be aware of how often she's watching you, but you will. You'll feel it. And if you're present, if you're attuned, you won't just see her eyes. You'll feel her thinking about you. That kind of energy isn't random. It's a window. So many men miss this. They're waiting for bold moves, obvious signs. But for many women, attraction begins quietly, with a LOOKA pause. A moment. That's her first invitation, her first permission, her way of saying, I see you. I'm thinking about you. I want you to see me, too. And once you've earned that gaze, everything else, her touch, her words, the moments she creates become extensions of that very first glance. Because when a woman wants you, her eyes will almost always speak before she does. All you have to do is notice. Sign number 2. Physical proximity and touch. Another powerful, often overlooked sign that a woman desires deeper intimacy with you is in her touch. And I don't mean the accidental kind, not the casual bump or polite handshake. I'm talking about touch that's intentional, deliberate, wrapped in softness but charged with meaning. A lot of men think that when a woman wants more, she'll say it directly, maybe make a big move, but that's not usually how it works. Instead, she lets her body speak first. Touch becomes her boldest language when words still feel risky. It starts small. A light touch on your arm when she laughs, her fingers brushing yours. When you walk beside her, maybe she adjusts your collar or brushes something off your shirt. These aren't random gestures. They're her way of checking how you respond. She's dipping her toes into something deeper, testing the waters before she dives in. Because when a woman starts craving closeness, her body will begin to move toward you before her mind fully admits it. And here's the key. She's not just touching you for no reason. She's touching you because she wants to. Because in that moment, you feel safe, desirable, magnetic. You'll feel it in the way her hand trails lightly down your arm when she's making a point, in the way her leg brushes yours and stays there, even though there's plenty of space. That's not just touch. That's presence. That's connection. It's intimacy in disguise. And it's not something she shares with just anyone. This kind of physical closeness is reserved. It's meaningful. It's earned. You'll start noticing how she finds excuses to close the space between you. She leans in when she talks, sits closer than necessary, hugs you just a little longer than usual. What started as comfort now becomes chemistry, because for her, touch is a testing ground. She's reading your energy and feeling out your response, measuring whether your presence is something she can trust emotionally and physically. Each time she touches you, she's weaving a thread, and if you respond not with pressure, but with grounded confidence, that thread strengthens. It becomes something she might be willing to explore in much deeper, more vulnerable ways. It's not fast, it's not loud, but it's real. Feminine energy is like water. It flows, it teases, it invites. And when a woman is thinking about being with you, really being with you, her body will lead the conversation before her lips ever catch up. Her fingertips say more than her mouth ever could. Her nearness becomes a whisper that you feel, even if you don't hear it. So the next time she touches you and her hand lingers, the next time she leans in and the air between you shifts, don't ignore it. Don't overthink it, just feel it. Because in that moment, her body is telling the truth. And believe me, when a woman touches you like that, she's not just being kind. She's showing you exactly where her mind has already gone. Sign number 3. Her time becomes intentional. Her's another sign most men completely overlook. It's not just about her being available or replying to your texts. It's about how she creates space for you. When a woman begins making time for you real time, something's shifted. And I don't mean squeezing you in between errands or tagging you along with friends. I mean she starts creating moments that feel private, moments that feel intentional, moments that invite intimacy without ever saying the word. When she starts clearing not just her schedule but her emotional space for you, that's when you know it's not random, it's not convenient, it's a choice. She's beginning to carve out quiet places where your presence can breathe. Maybe she invites you over for dinner instead of grabbing takeout. Maybe it's a movie night at her place instead of a loud public outing. Maybe she suggests a late night drink. When the world slows down and distractions fade away, these aren't just coincidences. They're curated experiences. Little opportunities. She's creating intimate pockets of time where closeness can evolve naturally. And no, she doesn't do this with just anyone. She might be friendly with a lot of people, But when she chooses to spend her time in quiet, cozy, sometimes even dimly lit settings with you, there's meaning behind it. She's inviting connection without forcing it. She's laying a foundation, a bridge, and every hour she spends with you, uninterrupted and unhurried, she's stepping across it. It's not about convenience. It's not about availability. It's about priority. She initiates alone time. We all have responsibilities, boundaries, emotional routines that help us manage our days. But when a woman starts to feel emotionally and sexually drawn to a man, those routines begin to shift subtly at first, then unmistakably. She starts prioritizing moments that make her feel something, not out of obligation, not because she has nothing else to do, but because being near you begins to matter deeply. She won't always come out and say, "I want to be with you." Instead, she expresses it through something far more intimate, her time. And not just any time, but her unguarded, real, and vulnerable time. It's the time when her makeup is minimal, her voice is softer, the lighting is lower, and her armor begins to slip. That's not just comfort, it's trust, laced with desire. You'll feel the difference. She's no longer just responding to your invitations, she's initiating them. She's suggesting plans. She's carving out moments to be near you. She texts you late at night, not out of boredom, but because something in her craves your energy before she drifts off to sleep. She tells you, almost casually, that she has a free evening and wants to spend it doing absolutely nothing with you. And it's in those pockets of stillness that something powerful happens. That's her way of inviting you into her rhythm, her world. A world that's slow, quiet, intimate, and sensual. She's not rushing anything. She's simply creating space, making room, preparing the stage for something deeper to unfold. Because women don't always jump straight into physical connection, but we do prepare for it. We notice the details. We remove distractions. We create the possibility for closeness to bloom naturally. So, when she begins to consistently position herself near you, when the emotional and physical distance starts to shrink with intention, believe this, she's already imagined where that closeness could lead. She's not waiting for you to make the first move. She's giving you the setting, the softness, the signal. And if you're not paying attention, if you brush it off as friendliness or coincidence, you might miss what she's really offering, an invitation. Because when a woman clears her schedule, clears her space, and even clears her emotional noise, just to be around you, she's not just making time, she's making room for you. Sign number 5. She displays vulnerability and comfort. There comes a subtle shift in a woman's behavior. When attraction begins to deepen, it doesn't always come in bold statements or grand gestures. It shows up in conversation, in how she speaks, in what she's willing to reveal. When her interest in you grows, her words begin to test the edge of comfort. The tone of your conversations begins to change just slightly at first. Maybe the jokes get flirtier. Maybe her comments carry a little more tension. Maybe she starts dropping hints, playing with innuendo, or pushing the dialogue into areas she wouldn't explore with just anyone. These are not random moments. They are signs. She doesn't need to come out and say, "I'm attracted to you." She's already letting you know quietly, subtly, and with a kind of emotional precision. She might tease you in a way that feels personal, flirt with a little more fire behind her words, mention topics like attraction, intimacy, or emotional chemistry, but always in a way that leaves her room to pull back if needed. What she's doing is opening a window, a small one, just enough for you to peek into her desire without making her intentions too obvious. She's watching, listening, reading your energy while she speaks. Women do this all the time because for us, words are often the warm-up. Before we take a step physically, we rehearse the connection in our minds through conversation, through curiosity, through calculated emotional risk. Maybe she asks you if you've ever had a friends with benefits situation. Maybe she casually wonders what you find attractive in a woman. Maybe she comments on how you must get a lot of attention, or that something about you is hard to ignore. These aren't throwaway lines. They're tests, invitations, glimpses. She's dipping her toes into deeper waters, not diving in just yet, but seeing how it feels. And how you respond matters. Because if you create emotional safety, if your energy feels grounded and non-judgmental, she'll go further, her comfort will grow. The conversations will shift again. They'll become less surface level and more personal, more emotionally raw. She'll start asking about your past, about your feelings, about the parts of you that you don't show everyone. And in return, she'll reveal parts of herself that she rarely shares. Not because she's oversharing, but because she's preparing. Because for most women, emotional intimacy is the foundation for physical connection. So, when her words start carrying hidden meanings, when her curiosity turns toward your heart, when she starts teasing, flirting, questioning in a way that dances between desire and vulnerability, don't dismiss it. She's not just being nice. She's not doing this with everyone. She's doing it with you. Because in her mind, the door is already cracked open, and her words are gently guiding you through it. The shift. When her energy changes, there's a moment, quiet but powerful, when a woman's energy begins to shift. It's not always loud. It doesn't always come with fanfare. But if you're paying attention, you'll feel it. She stops performing, stops protecting, stops pretending. The walls she's carefully built around her emotions begin to soften. And not because she's weak, but because she feels safe with you. And that is everything, because for a woman, giving herself emotionally is often a bigger risk than giving herself physically. Sex isn't just about the act. It's emotional, mental, energetic. And before she gives you her body, she gives you something much more meaningful. Her trust. That trust doesn't come with declarations or dramatic announcements. It shows up in small, deeply human ways. She lets you see her insecurities. She opens up about her childhood, her wounds, her fears. She shares the sides of herself that usually stay hidden behind smiles, sarcasm, or social armor. That level of vulnerability, it's sacred. It's not random. And it's not something she gives to just anyone. If she starts feeling safe in your presence, safe enough to be unfiltered, to be real, that's the shift. That's when she's no longer trying to impress you. She's trying to connect with you. You'll notice it. She stops worrying about how she looks around you. She might come over in sweatpants and no makeup, not because she doesn't care, but because she knows you see her beyond the surface. That kind of trust is the bridge. It's what connects emotional closeness to physical intimacy. It's the final signal that she's no longer just flirting. She's feeling deeply. You'll see it in the quiet moments too, when she lets the silence linger between you, not rushing to fill it. When she leans into you during a movie, not to be cute, but because it feels natural. When she falls asleep beside you, her breathing soft, her body relaxed, her guard completely down. Those aren't small things. Those are signs that she's allowing herself to melt into your presence. She's letting go of control, letting the connection lead. And know this: women don't emotionally surrender to just anyone. For her to open up like that, to give you access to her rawness, she has to feel something real. something grounding, something more than desire. She has to feel that you see her, not just the body, not just the curves, but the woman inside, the one who thinks deeply, feels profoundly, and carries both fire and softness in her soul. When she feels seen, truly seen, that's when her body starts to follow where her heart already is.